I had to drive out really far yesterday and I got stuck in traffic. And there was this car in front of me which by the way, if you do this, I always immediately think that you're dangerously and clinically unwell. But the guy in front of me had stickers all up on the back of his car. And the stickers were all the stickers, posters, whatever. And they were all different political beliefs and so forth. And, now, why do I think people who put their beliefs in the back of their car for everyone to see, why do I think these people are crazy? Because, I just find it odd that you are so desperate and you need so much attention and validation that you have a certain opinion or stand by something that you have to make sure everyone who drives behind you, they need to know about you. Like, to me, that comes off that you're dangerous and unwell, and you're most likely a crash out too. So, I'm never going to honk at you or anything like that, because you might just drive me off the road or step out the car and start, hitting me with a bat. So while I was basically looking at these stickers, I was reading them, right? And I was thinking like, man, these conflicts we have in this world, we've been dragging these problems on forever. And the grief we have over conflicts, it fuels more destruction than anything. And it reminded me of a clip I saw a while back from Naruto. If you watch the anime, you know the scene from Naruto I'm talking about, where Naruto is talking to Pain. And Naruto is like, right, Naruto's like, why are you doing all of this? You killed people I love, my friends, destroyed my village, you destroyed and hurt so many people. And Pain is like, I did all of that because I wanted to create peace and justice. And if you watch this, you're like, huh? How does killing people, destroying families, destroying villages, whatever, how's attacking people, how does that create peace and justice? That makes no sense, right? And then and then Pain is like, yeah, I destroyed your village. I killed your people. But what about my village, my family, my friends, my people? And it's like, wait, hold on a moment. The villain is making sense here. Pain is doing everything because he wants justice for the wrongdoings of things the Hidden Leaf Village did. And Pain brings up a point where he's like, look, like Naruto, we both want the same thing. We're no different. We're both working for our own justice. Everyone feels the pain of loss the same way. You are working for your justice and I work for mine. We are just ordinary people who are driven into revenge in the name of justice. But if revenge is called justice, then that justice breeds yet more revenge. We cannot help but know that people cannot understand each other. And that's very important that he makes that point here because it's very true. And it exactly mirrors ongoing conflicts today. Oh, your people did things to my people, but what about my people doing things in return to your people? How do you think they feel? This goes down to what Pain was saying here, goes back to what Pain was saying. One person's justice, such as retaliation, will spark someone else's justice. And nobody wants to stop breaking that cycle of hatred or that chain of revenge. Someone does you wrong. You feel like you need to get back at them, right? Like, man, this person did me wrong. I'm going to get back at them. Okay, then you get back at them. And now that person who you got back at, now they feel like they need to get back at you. And then you get back at them. Someone eventually needs to let it go or distance themselves, right? Many people, depending on what someone does to you or what someone does to their people or people they care about, they don't want to create or deal with an understanding. Rather than they choose to just seek their own justice. So what exactly is the solution here, right? We could talk about policies. We could talk about agreements and everything like that, right? But it's not going to stop how people feel, nor will stop history repeating itself. And I'm sure you can think of a conflict right now where history is going to continuously repeat itself despite policies, despite agreements. We had agreements before and people just said they just got rid of it. People don't want to sign new agreements. Sometimes because they understand what I'm talking about here. Politically, people will install policies or agreements that will stop certain conflicts, but then it just reignites things because people are going to be resentful. Communities are going to be resentful. The only solution is sometimes we got to let things go, but that's not practical, right? You murder my family or a family member or people I love or care about, I'm not just going to let it go. For real, that's not practical. We can say forgiveness, but I even suggested this in older videos, and you guys heavily disagree with this. Like, I think forgiveness is honestly the one of the easiest things to resolve an ongoing conflict. You just like, you know what? I'm just gonna let it go. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you know what? I forgive you for what you did, bro. You know, whatever. I'm just gonna let it go. I don't need to get back at you. I don't need to. I want to sleep at night. You know what I'm saying? I can't let this live rent free. But you know, you can forgive somebody and a situation, but it doesn't mean you forget about it though. You can forgive somebody and work to always not let it control your life anymore. But see, even if you do forgive and you don't forget, you're not forgetting that what you didn't forget may influence your behavior or how you look at things or certain people or certain ideologies or certain whatever, right? So I feel like what might work best, and feel free to write your own comments and as a different approach to this topic, because what I feel though is that it has to start with people acknowledging what they did wrong first. And then we could create ways to not have this situation happen again. Does that make sense? We also have to humanize the conflict as well. Why did you do that to me or to us? Okay, this is why you did that, even though I feel it was wrong. Okay, you know what? I understand though. I don't agree with it, but I understand why you did that. This is why you felt justified. But can you listen to why we felt justified? Responding the way we did to what you did? And vice versa. But people struggle to have that mature conversation. But it's humanizing. We're going to get too attached, emotionally attached to what people did rather than having that conversation, right? And you know, that's another topic with conflicts. Some people genuinely think some people are doing things to other people for genuinely no reason, which I don't understand how, like, people are motivated by many different things. It's not just ever for no reason, you know what I'm saying? But look, maybe that's the solution I propose. And with what happened with Pain, if you saw the scene or even understood the point I made earlier when I was explaining the clip, you heard how he explains, like, what about my people, right? You feel less distaste for him. He's the villain. He's supposed to be the bad guy, the psychopath, all that stuff. And but you know why you feel less distaste for him? Because he humanized himself. Oh, you guys destroyed my village, killed my family, killed people I cared for, and I'm just getting my own, quote, justice. You're mad about your people dying. What's happening to your people? How about think about mine? What about mine? What about the justice my people deserve for what your people did? Or how your people reacted to certain things? And again, this goes to the vice versa thing. And then it feels like, you know what? Yeah, this conflict is terrible. Even in Naruto, this situation here, right? The conflict is terrible, but like, I get why they're doing this. You're still the villain. I get, you're the villain to them, you know? But like, and again, back and forth. It's self-righteous for sure, but sometimes the bad guys, even in real life, the people we consider bad guys, they have valid reasons to be bad guys. Such is the nature of humanity. What do you guys think? This episode is found on Spotify and YouTube. I'm out.